Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Surrender Break Room. I'm Dr. Celeste Owens. I'm so glad to have you as part of this experience today. Whether you're watching live or through replay, I'm glad to have you here. So you're watching through the replay. Awesome. I hope you get an amazing um, word for today. And also be sure to share the broadcast, comment. Sometimes I can comment back to you in real time because we're glad, just as glad to have you as part of the experience as well. Today we're talking about how to bloom where you're planted. So if you don't know, hey Pamela, Stacy, you all are jumping right in. If you don't know, this is a surrender break room. And I say this is a place you can come in, relax, regroup, and then re engage the world with a whole new perspective. And we're talking today about blooming where you're planted. How do I change my perspective? How do I get out of a posture of complaining, being discontent? How do I move forward and bloom, even in the place where I'm planted that I hate? I can't stand it here. God, change my season. It's coming, but right now you need to be content and be um, satisfied where you are. Not complacent, but satisfied. Let me say hello to our live people coming on in today. Patricia's here. Hello, Hester. Linda's here. Good morning to you. Hello, Kathy Lee. Are you still basking in the glory of the Surrender Quiet Retreat, Kathy Lee? It was so amazing. Good morning, Sora Robin. You're hanging with us again. Arlene, hello to you. Charlene, so glad to have you in. And Gwen and Denise and Gina, awesome, awesome sauce. Hey, Mike coming in from Kenya. So glad to have you here today, brother. We're talking about blooming where you are planted, or specifically, how can you bloom where you are planted? This morning, oh my goodness, wow. Come on now. How do I bloom where I'm planted, God? How do I not be dissatisfied? How do I stop my mouth from complaining? Because I do have a choice, right, MK? We have a choice on what we decide to do. Hey, Lena. Oh, awesome, Charlene. So glad to have that. Robin will do it again. So we will do it again. The Surrender Quiet Retreat was everything, everything. Y'all know how I tell y'all, I've been telling y'all for years that I can retain stress in my neck area. Ooh, don't be like me with this neck. But guess what? This is the first time in 2 years that I've been 100% pain free in my neck. Like, no, the pain is only coming from me stressing, overthinking things, and it get lodged right here. This is the first time in 2 years that I have zero, like zero. I was 90% last year when I went to Mexico. This girl did a crazy massage that was like, wow, like 90% there. No massage on a surrender quiet retreat, just whole lot of quiet time with God and meditation. And I am 100% like, wow, awesome. Virginia's here. And Christy, good morning, Brenda. Come on, Arlene. It was like all that. So we're doing it again next year. I will make sure I let people know when we go live with the link. It will more than likely sell out. So I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna let you know. And we're gonna roll from there. Hey, Rohana. Thank you, MK. So, how do you bloom where you're planted? Okay. How do you bloom where you're planted? Bloom means to produce. How do I produce, Lord, in this season, in this place, in this situation, in this circumstance where I'm now? I don't like it here. I've been praying for you to move me. I've been asking you to get me out of here. I've been trying to make a way out of no way. And why am I still here? How do I produce? How do I bloom right here, right now? How do I do it? We're going to talk about that today. It was the retreat. I know it was the reset, Pamela. It was absolutely the reset. This week at the retreat, I learned to silence myself for God's right. We're not trying to make something happen, Kathy Lee. We're going to bloom where we are planted, where we're planted. So what it means, you've heard that term before, right? Bloom where you're planted. I'm sure you've heard it before. What it means, good morning, Sonia. What it means to take advantage of the opportunities that you have right here, right now. How do I take advantage of these opportunities right here and to be grateful? Ooh, it's two-part, y'all. How do I take advantage of the opportunities I have right now? And how do I be grateful? Grateful right here in this particular circumstance, in this particular present situation. Ooh, how do I be grateful right here? Hey Joyce, glad to have you on. That's serious, right? Y'all know all of my examples go back to AJ in baseball, Pamela AJ in baseball is probably the reason I have this. I'm just really serious. AJ in baseball. And last night I went to his game and they didn't play him very much. And I went back to okay, you know what, God? When we rolling out, what we doing? He got one more year. Let's move it. Let's go. Am I missing you? You trying to tell me to go? And this morning it came to me. Why don't y'all figure out how to bloom where you're planted? Instead of this whole using all your time right now to pray for a change, how you gonna make a change in the place where you at? How you gonna change? See, how you gonna make a change? The first thing you got to do, right here, the mindset. We often pray. Well, I often say, when you change your mind, you change your season. And I always think of that as transitioning to something new. But you know what? You could actually change your season right where you at. Because if you change your mind, what you start to see about your situation looks completely different when you change your mindset. So the first thing you have to do in order to be able to bloom where you are planted, good morning, Ruthie and Clarissa, is you have to change your mindset. You have to ask the Lord to order your steps, just as Pamela was saying right there. You have to ask the Lord. You have to appreciate the present moment. You have to accept challenges and setbacks in that present moment. And you can't play the victim. Good morning, Maureen, coming out of Kenya. And Ken Blackwell is right on time. You got to change your mindset. And part of that is to not play the victim. We play victim when we think our circumstances is dictating how we should feel, act, and behave. The circumstances don't do that. You get to decide the attitude that you want to have. Are you going to show with an attitude of gratitude? Are you going to decide to keep your mouth shut and stop talking deaf in your situation? What are you going to decide to do? Order our steps, right, Ken? That's right. Maureen is in Ghana right now, being an ambassador for surrender. Yes, you are, Maureen. So you got to change your mindset. Things haven't shown up the way you think they should. I don't know why I'm still right here. Stop it already. I got to change my mind right here because God has me here for a reason. I got to change my mind. Lord, help me to change my mind. That's number one, right? How work on cultivating the right mentality. I love it. Again, number two. So first is mindset. I tell you when you come into the break room that it's all about being able to come in here so that you can change your mind so that you can go out into the world with a new perspective, right? It's mindset. Everything is mindset. Everything is mindset. So number two, value what you have right here. Like, because if you don't learn to value what you have in the present moment, you will never value what you have in the present moment because there's always going to be something that's a little off, a little not perfect. We're in a fallen world, so there's always going to be something a little off. Lord, if I just had that husband, oh, everything will be right. And then you get that husband, there's always going to be something a little off. Pastor Omo is here coming out of Kenya. That's my bishop right there. Bishop Odie Omo. So glad to have you, brother. God has made me for a reason, right? We have to. As a man thinks. I love it. You all are preaching right up in the chat, right? Preaching right up in the chat. So value what you have. Feeling negative brings your energy down, right? Doesn't it affect your energy when you're in a space where you're feeling negative? So a negative mentality makes it difficult to bloom. It really does. If you're going to bloom where you are planted, if you are being negative, you don't have to raise your hand, but if you're being negative, it's going to be very challenging for you to bloom right there. So blessed to have you from Kenya today, John. Kenyans are bringing it today. The Kenyans bringing it. Come on, U.S. You better give it up for the Kenyans today. We're praying for you. All of the challenges, God has made a way already, John, for every challenge, because God says that he will supply all our needs, all of our needs, shelter, food, all of our needs according to his riches and glory. I've seen him do it before. Good morning from Alabama. So glad to have you here. Thank you, MK, for that word of encouragement. We have to learn to accept and value where we are. Look for the things you can appreciate. Just as MK is saying, look for the things you can appreciate. What's good about today? Lord, what is good about today? What is it that I can appreciate right in this present moment? Even though I'm at this job I can't stand, even though I don't like my marriage at this present moment, even though I'm living in a studio apartment and I want to own a home, how can I appreciate what I have right here, right now? How can I appreciate that? What you need to do, let me remind you of the scripture, Psalms 90 and 12. Psalms 90 and 12. Thank you, Minister Deborah. Psalms 90 and 12 says, so teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. And if you look in the contemporary English version, I love how it reads as well. Teach us to use wisely all the time we have. Did I tell you to value what you have, to value the time you have? Teach us to use wisely all the time we have. Is it wise to complain and ask God to move you over and over and over again? Is that a wise way to use your time today? I don't think so. I don't think that's a wise way to use your time on today. Teach us, oh God, to number our days. So that was number 2, value what you have right here, right now. Number 3, and it's the last one, I'm out of your hair. Learn lessons. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you enough about learning the lessons from this current circumstance. What lesson is a better way to phrase it? What lesson should I be learning right now? Instead of the lesson I'm teaching myself is to complain and to be negative and to be worried. No, everything shows up for a reason. So what lesson, love it, Virginia, what lesson should I be learning right now, right here, right now? Sometimes a lesson that you need to learn, sometimes we get so caught up in rejection. You do know I'm teaching a class on rejection starting June 5th. You all right? surrenderuniversity.com. Sometimes we get so caught up in the experience of being rejected that we don't realize that the rejection has come as part of our protection and part of our forward movement. That rejection sometimes can come as part of your movement into something so much greater. And if you get caught up in the aspect of rejection, get caught up in playing victim, we talked about that already, you won't even get to your promised land. You have to realize and use rejection as a stepping stone to the next amazing opportunity God has. We'll see you, Robin. Check you back. She'll catch the replay. We have to use rejection as a stepping stone because it is said that rejection is God's protection. Recognize what God is showing and teach you in the moment of your life. Absolutely, Stacy. Absolutely. So, for example, when I was going through chemotherapy about 12, 13, 14, I don't know, years ago, I was getting treatment at like a treatment facility that was like just a small treatment facility. I didn't want to be in the hospital because I kind of felt like the hospital was where they threw everybody, but I wanted to be in the cool kids club. So I chose to go to the little smaller facility because I thought I was one of the cool kids going to the smaller facility. Going to the smaller facility, there were less of us, but we did chemotherapy in a group. So you would walk in, get your chair. You got everybody there. Hello, good morning. I'm over here with the cool kids with the chemotherapy. Do y'all know? Do you know how expensive it is to be sick? That's why I avoid it like the plague. That's why I pray. That's why I'm obedient. That's why I eat my things I need to eat. That's why I take supplements. Because I don't know if you know how expensive it is to be sick. Oh my goodness. How expensive and costly it is to be sick. Not even just financially, but the emotional toll it takes. The amount of time you have to spend on your sickness. Oh my goodness. Doctor visits, calls. Oh my Lord, I pray for your healing right today, because it is our birthright. It is the children's bread that we be well. So anyway, couldn't pay my bill at the Cool Kids Club. I was waiting on a grant to come out of New York City, this amazing program that helps to pay medical expenses because they add up fast. I don't care what kind of job you have, they add up fast. Oh my goodness. So I told the Cool Kids receptionist, I know I owe you about $4,000 and it's coming. It's on its way. Now, what room am I taking today? You ain't taking a room today. You ain't paid us. You're not getting treatment today. What? Y'all don't really think this chemo that important if you ain't gonna give it to me because I ain't gave you the money. You act like I had to start right away. You don't really think it's that important. Oh, but you can make an appointment at the hospital. I got on the elevator, y'all. Tears in my eyes. They done rejected me. I ain't doing this no more. I'm out of here. I ain't doing this. What? I have to call Andell. Andell, they treat me like I'm a welfare case. Now, if you're coming in from Kenya, you're not going to know what welfare is. Like when you get government assistance, like the government has to pay for you to live. Sometimes that does happen. But see, I had some poison in my heart. I had some prejudice in my heart. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's not very Christian-like. So that was a lesson, right? Number 3, learn what you need to learn the circumstances. What's the lesson God's trying to teach you? Ask yourself what you need to learn. First of all, you got some stuff in your heart. That's your first lesson. Because there are no extra people in the world. Everybody has purpose. God brought purpose to everybody. So you better get your little welfare safe self over to the hospital. But guess what happened? Andell convinced me to continue treatment. I made my little appointment a couple days later at the hospital. Show up at the hospital. Like, God, I don't know why you let this happen to me. Y'all walk in the hospital. I'm like this. First of all, I walk in and they say, welcome. Okay, thank you. Would you like coffee or tea? Huh? Oh, I'll take a tea, please. All my Kenyans will appreciate that. They love tea. Tea, please. I get my tea. Let me take you over to your room. Did I tell y'all the Cool Kids Club was all group chemotherapy? Let me take you to your room. My room? Yes, here you go. My room by myself. I'm telling you, rejection is God's protection. Y'all better learn the lessons you better learn. You better bloom where you're planted. Come on now. You better bloom where you're planted. My own private room. She puts me in a private room. Are you comfortable? Are you chilly? I'm a little chilly. I got some warm blankets. Let me go get you a warm blanket. Y'all, I was like, where the hospital been all my life? Where y'all been? They brought me some snacks. They brought me, oh my, cause see, sometimes God is changing your address and you mad, you being negative, you not willing to bloom. Come on, Kathy Lee. Sometimes God is changing your address and you mad, you don't want your address changed, you won't make the appointment for the new address. Y'all better put some people in your life like Andell who's like, stop playing and go make the appointment. Oh, okay. My pride a little hurt, but okay. Some of y'all just rested in the pride. Come on, learn something in this. God is doing something amazing right here, right now. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. How you bloom where you are planted is number 1, work on cultivating the right mentality. This is for the people who just came on. Value what you have right here, right now. Be grateful. Number your days, appreciating every moment that you have. Find ways to be grateful. Number 3, learn some more, whatever lessons it is that these circumstances showed up to teach you, because it's all about growth, right? All about the growth. Pastor Oma, oh yeah, coffee is not our thing. He like, you bring me a cup of tea, we're good friends. Don't we get in, oh my goodness, don't we get in our own way, Lynda? Don't we get in our own way because of our attitude? Thank you, Ken. Lord, what do you want me to learn? Because there's always, Ken, going to be something in that circumstance is not going to be perfect. And the enemy of your soul wants you to concentrate on that 1, 2, 3, 5 things that are not right. When there are innumerous, too many to count blessings that are right in the present moment. Too many to count. Kathy Lee, I hear you. Don't we all? Charlene, to God be the glory. This is right on time. I love it, Charlene. Gwendolyn, change is not easy, but thank God for the change. Oh, that's my Auntie Gwen. So good to have you, because you've changed. You've made some changes. So thank God that there is just God is in the change. Thank you, Kathy Lee. Nikki says, thank you for this today. It meant the world. Oh, I'm so glad. I really enjoyed, needed and blessed this. You are welcome, Nikki. You are so welcome. And Maureen is asking that question right there in Ghana. Lord, what do you want me to learn? She said she's all ears. She's all attentive to what the Lord wants to teach her. Hallelujah. Thank you for that, Sonia. So you all, if you enjoy what you listen to, would you come back next week? Next week, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But if you're in Kenya, it's really, I think you're 3:30, right? Or am I wrong? If you're in Ghana, it's your 12:30. But anyway, come back and see me. Come back and see me. Also, I have what is called the Surrender University, where I teach courses once a quarter. Our next course is coming up in June. You all, June 5th. There's 4 Sundays in June. Destroying the spirit of rejection. That's it. Destroying the spirit of rejection. Make sure you register. Surrenderuniversity.com. Make sure you register. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to walk into July understanding, like we said today, rejection is God's protection. I'm not going to get stuck here. I'm not going to be a victim of this. I am going to be free in Jesus' name, right? I always get what I need. I love it. I love it. Yep. 12:30 Ghana time. 3:30 Kenya. I was good with my math, right? I was good with my math. So thank you, Ghana, for showing up. Thank you, Kenya, for showing up today. Thank you, US, the Grand USA, for showing up on today. Love you guys much. Be blessed. And I'll plan to catch you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, tomorrow, there's an oil for that at noon. We have such a great time. Wednesdays, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock Ghana, 8 o'clock Kenya, I think. All right. There's an oil for that. See you guys tomorrow.